Module objective. This module provides an expansive understanding of classical and orchestral music traditions, tracing their historical evolution from antiquity through the 21st century. It explores key periods, composers, forms, stylistic traits, and philosophical ideals underpinning classical music. Furthermore, it analyzes orchestral structure, the role of music patronage, and how classical traditions continue to influence modern genres. 1. The origins and evolution of classical music. While classical music is often used broadly, it has both a general and specific meaning. Broad definition refers to the entire tradition of Western art music from antiquity to the present. Narrow definition refers specifically to the classical period, 1730-1820, with composers like Mozart, Haydn, and early Beethoven. Key periods of classical music, era dates, features, notable composers, medieval 500-1400, Gregorian chants, monophony, modal scales, Hildegard von Bingen, Guillaume de Machaut, Renaissance, 1400-1600, polyphony, a cappella masses and motes, Josquin des Prés, Palestrina baroque, 1600-1750, ornamentation, basso continuo, contrast, J.S. Bach, Handel, Vivaldi classical, 1730-1820, clarity, symmetry, sonata form, Haydn, Mozart, early Beethoven, romantic, 1800-1910, emotion, nationalism, large orchestras, Chopin, Tchaikovsky, Brahms, 20th century and contemporary, 1900 present. Atonality, minimalism, electronic music, Stravinsky, Schoenberg, Philip Glass. 2. Structure and form in classical music. Classical music is notable for its adherence to formal structures. Understanding these forms is essential for analyzing classical works. Binary and ternary forms, simple ABA or AABB patterns, sonata allegro form, exposition, development, recapitulation, rondo form, abacca or abacaba fugue, contrapuntal composition with subject and answer, theme and variations. A theme is repeated and altered. These forms are used in symphonies, concertos, chamber music, sonatas, and oratorios, and form the blueprint for much of Western music. 3. Orchestration and instrumentation. The orchestra is the primary ensemble in classical music, typically composed of strings, violin, viola, cello, double bass, harp woodwinds, flute, oboe, clarinet, bassoon, brass, trumpet, French horn, trombone, tuba, percussion, timpani, snare drum, cymbals, xylophone keyboard, occasionally, piano, organ, celesta. The conductor leads the orchestra, interpreting the composer's intentions and unifying performance. The orchestra has grown in size and complexity from the Baroque chamber orchestra, 10-20 players, to the Romantic and modern symphony orchestra, over 100 musicians. 4. Philosophical and cultural dimensions. Classical music is rooted in Enlightenment values of logic, order, and balance, especially during the classical era. However, it also reflects religious ideals, e.g., Gregorian chant, mass settings, humanism, Renaissance madrigals, romantic individualism and nationalism, Liszt, Wagner, Chopin, modernist abstraction, Schoenberg's atonality, Stravinsky's rhythmic innovation, postmodern reinterpretation, John Cage, Philip Glass. It is often considered high art, a notion that has both elevated and isolated it. In recent decades, efforts have increased to democratize classical music, bringing it to broader and younger audiences through crossover performances, soundtracks, e.g., Star Wars, Inception, education programs, and community outreach. 5. Global impact and legacy. Although classical music is rooted in Western Europe, it has become global through colonization, education, and media. Conservatories around the world train musicians in classical traditions, and major orchestras exist on every continent. Modern composers incorporate traditional elements from African, Asian, Latin American, and indigenous music into orchestral works, creating cross-cultural compositions. Classical music has also influenced jazz, Gershwin, Ravel, rock, progressive rock, symphonic metal, film scores, John Williams, Hans Zimmer, video game music, Nobuo Uematsu, Koji Kondo. 6. Classical music in the 21st century. Contemporary classical music continues to evolve. Key trends include minimalism, repetition, simplicity, Steve Reich, Terry Riley, experimentalism, unconventional sounds and instruments, John Cage's prepared piano, digital orchestration, use of virtual instruments and DAWs crossover and collaboration, classical pop fusions, e.g. two cellos, Lindsey Stirling. Despite challenges in audience retention, classical music remains a living tradition, preserved in institutions and reimagined by each new generation. Key takeaways. Classical music is a centuries-old, evolving tradition characterized by formal structure, technical precision, and expressive depth. It includes multiple historical periods, each with distinctive characteristics. The orchestra is a dynamic ensemble that reflects changes in composition and performance practices. Classical music has deeply influenced global music, from film and gaming to jazz and pop. In the 21st century, classical music embraces innovation, technology, and intercultural dialogue.